So I studied at SFX in Liverpool, and I went to the sixth form there. I did for my A-levels further maths, physics and chemistry, and then I went on to study, and I'm currently doing a master's in physics at the University of Oxford. I wanted to start tutoring because I wanted to personally develop myself, and I felt like the communicating skills that you learn in developing and explaining simple and complex ideas concisely help you in that way. I also wanted to try out teaching as a profession, possibly, and I think tutoring was a good avenue in terms of getting an understanding of what that would be like. I prepare a session by first looking at the syllabus for the topics that I'm going to be teaching for the relevant exam board. I then look through the relevant pages in the textbook and digest the information and sort of anticipate questions that the students may have difficulty with and come up with answers for them before the lesson. I also prepare difficult questions for the students to answer during the tutorial so that they're adequately prepared to answer them during their exams or whatever, effectively. Tutoring. I love it when a student is having difficulty with a subject and you see that moment where they get that understanding and it's like a eureka moment. And I think me being part of that and sort of aiding that process and helping them learn and understand is a really fulfilling thing to do. I try and motivate my students by sort of not having an unassuming sort of attitude towards the lesson. So I don't assume any of their knowledge prior to the lesson, so that everything in the lesson is almost self-contained and that everything that they learn in the lesson they can almost derive from things that were taught during the lesson. I think a lot of motivation comes from sort of how approachable a subject seems, and I think by doing that I sort of create that atmosphere of approachability. Also I think just sharing your enthusiasm and passion for the subject is really important. So I try, instead of having a sort of teacher-student relationship, I think I try and create a dialogue with the student. And I think in that way they have more of an input into the lesson and sort of they can target the areas that they're particularly concerned with and deal with it in that way rather than sort of fill in the gaps of their own knowledge. I taught. It was a session with a Year 7 maths group and I was teaching algebraic fractions, and there were these two twins and they were just really super curious and enthusiastic about the maths, and I think just their curiosity and sort of enthusiasm for it rubbed off on me, and they sort of just made me question the methods that you almost rote learned in maths.